Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about what it actually takes to make a dream come true. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I've got a playlist down in the doodly-doo where you can watch about 200 Buddha Billionaire videos to help accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, what do I mean about making your dreams come true? Well, something has recently happened in my life where a dream has come true. And I'm going to be intentionally vague here on purpose because it's not about my specific dream, which I will reveal at some point, but it is about the process of allowing it to come true. I was recently in a position where I have profited off of the Doge craze in an incredibly subtle but beautiful way. And we can talk about wealth consciousness all day, and we can talk about prosperity consciousness and stuff all day, but Buddhas, one of the biggest things to consider in this entire game of whatever is going on is you, and how you are the one who's actually blocking your dreams. Hypothetical situation. You have some money. We're not talking millions here, we're talking just enough money to say, oh, what could I do with this money? I could pay off some debt. I could invest it in my TFSA or savings accounts and stuff. I could retire with it. Or I could fulfill a dream that the universe is placing right in front of me and realizing that I've had this dream for forever, as long as I can remember, and I have the money right now and I could fulfill that dream. And then the real question becomes here, what's the responsible thing to do? Is the responsible thing to do to pay off every single debt so that you owe no one anything, even if you're making the payments properly and you're in a good position? Or is it to go and blow it on something crazy? Or, as you're always told, to make sure you top up your RSPs, retirement savings, 401k, all that stuff, so that in 50 years from now you can make sure that you have money to eat. I'm not a financial advisor here, Buddhas, but what I am is awesome, and B, trying to learn and discover and figure out how to make dreams come true. Now, if you're still with me here, Buddhas, the point that I'm getting at is that when the universe gives you an opportunity to make a dream come true, and you scoff at that opportunity, or decide, no, I can't do that opportunity today because there's other forces that matter and I have to make sure that I'm making all those other people really, really happy and I can't put myself first. Well, Buddhas, again, not a financial advisor, and not trying to say, get yourself into a pile of debt and make your life miserable because you can't pay it. But Buddhas, if the math works, the math works. And the universe is not here to try and get you to have all kinds of money and buy a thing, and then have all kinds of money and buy a thing. The universe is trying to teach us how we can actually flow and actually be a part of a greater whole. And part of that part of a greater whole is spending the money that we get. A lot of people either think that money needs to be saved and hoarded for a rainy day, or that money is evil and terrible. But I believe that there's a middle ground where money is actually the energy that we have to exchange amongst each other in an incredibly convenient, magical way that is super freaking easy. You can just tap your credit card and exchange money with people. And the reason that I'm bringing this up, and the reason that I am really adamant about this, Buddhas, is because if your mentality is, I want money so I can hold money so that I can be really, really safe forever, then the universe is going to see a lot of resistance in that. Whereas, if you are taking care of yourself and you're in a good financial situation and some money does come at your behest and you've had a dream forever and the universe is like, here's how to pay for it, go ahead and enjoy yourself, and you go and can't figure out how to use the money and have a really hard time with the money and are like really scared about having a bit of money and wanting to, I need to make sure to save every cent so that in a year or two from now I might need the money. The universe is going to say, they're not ready. We tested them. They're not ready at this point yet, so we're going to hold back next time. We are not going to give them that immediate amount of money that they need for their manifestation. We'll give them manifestation, no problem. We may not pay them for it. It may come through some other means because this person clearly still has some money blocks. And the reason that I'm saying all of this, Buddhas, is I did something incredible and awesome and fulfilled a dream that I had wanted to fulfill for, again, longer than I can remember, in a way that I can completely and utterly afford to pay it. But it's not an investment in my portfolio and my retirement. It's not paying off the still very small loans that I owe from starting a YouTube channel and stuff. It's not the responsible adult thing to do. But it has been the most fun thing I have ever done in my entire life, Buddhas. And if the opportunity arises for you, when the opportunity arises for you, I highly recommend that A, you should know your financial situation all of the time. Don't ignore your financial situation, but be aware of it. You don't have to follow it every single bloody day and constantly count your pennies, but be aware of where you sit. So that when you do have an influx of cash, which is coming to all of you, now you have the opportunity to be like, cool, how do I want to treat me for this cash? Yes, I can use it for some intelligent things. Yes, I can invest in my future. Yes, I can be smart and a responsible adult. But I have to reward the me. The me is the essence that accomplished this in the first place. And if you don't give yourself that credit, and if you don't reward yourself in some small way, at least, I'm not saying buy a coffee, that's pathetic, that's like a daily thing. But if you don't embrace the fact that you now have the ability to actually manifest the dream, because the dream's already manifested, all you have to do is pay for it. If you're too cheap to do that for yourself, then the universe is going to give you a little slap on the face and go, all right, well, we'll try again later, but clearly this time you lost. And that's what it comes down to. The universe doesn't care what the decision is that you make. What the universe cares, though, is whether you take care of you. And the more you take care of you, the more you're going to have to take care of. So Buddhas, before my cat knocks over the camera here, I'd just like all of you to remember that the most important thing at the end of the day is to love yourself. Oh, that was loud.